Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, continuing on with another episode for the Narrative Pro series, specifically with the Quest portion of the plugin. So, like I said, in the rest of the Quest videos, we will simply be going over this rather extensive example of a quest. Now, it can be found under your plugins, the Narrative Pro content, maps, demo level, quests, and then the narrative demo quest open world. They have the old one here too, and you can do what you want with it. But I do encourage you to open up your the example quests and take a look and see how they do things. This here is the quest graph. Every quest has a quest graph and an event graph. My mouth doesn't want a mouth today. So as you can see here, there's a lot to go over here. If we go to this first this first note here, we have right here, Seth and I have hatched a plan to take down the culprits, or the cubists, sorry. We need to go talk to narrative.boldglow Marco, the arms dealer. Now, I myself don't fully understand this convention that's right here. So that is a question that needs to be asked and answered in the documentation or in um, the Discord. It's certainly something that, if this is something that can be done, it needs to be understood. um, so something to note, if we look at these two nodes here, there's more of a difference than just the color and whether it's a state or a task. Tasks obviously are more commonly called branches, just so you are aware. The tasks are within the branch. Um, and you'll even see that there's a difference between this state and this state. And it's this lightning bolt right here. This node has an event bound to it. Now, when I made the dialogue, I didn't know that this could be done there as well. If you double click on a node, it'll create the event and bind it to it. That way, if there's something that you want specifically to happen when this state is activated, it will happen. So for Reubs, he made it to where he gave a goal to Seth. And what he did to get Seth was, obviously, we select Seth here, he created an NPC definition and he attached Seth to it. This allowed him to add a goal to NPC. And goal, Seth moved to location weapon store. So what he did was he went into the goal, break instance NPC goal item, and he made sure that that pin was checked, and then he created a variable so that he could make a goal, move to destination, and he wants to make sure that the NPC stays near the player by 3,000 units. And then the default score. So how important is it to do this? Goal lifetime. So when does it expire? So we'll be going over the scoring when we get to AI. It's part of their utility AI that they utilize. So essentially, this event graph is for you to be able to not only add things that you want done per state, but I'm fairly certain. See what happens when we can do it per branch as well. I'm gonna delete that. However, you need to make sure you understand that this is still there. So shift click now that the lightning bolt is gone. Wow, speech is hard today. Um, and then from there, we could continue on. Things that are important to note is obviously you're not just restricted to the nodes that are here. You have the override of functions. Some of these are events, others are functions. So if you're wanting other specific things to happen with this specific quest, then do it. Now, obviously, I would recommend, because you don't know if you're going to need to do it again, I would recommend creating a master quest for your project and making all of these overrides there. And then making it an optional of whether it follows the traditional method or if it takes on your addition. But you do you. It's your decision on how you do that. Um, and then likewise, we right click here. There's a couple of nodes I want to make sure that you are aware of. If I type, I think they put it in dialogue. Nope. Where was it? I know it was in D's. I may have been spelling dialogue wrong, or they did. Dialogue. Spawn quest actor. Spawn a quest actor. This will ensure that actor's lifetime is managed automatically by the quest for you. When the quest ends, all of the spawned quest actors will be cleaned up from the level. This is an amazing optimization decision. That way, you don't have to have a whole bunch of things already populated in the world, and you don't have to worry about cleanup. It keeps everything optimized for you. The only thing you need to make sure you have is that you know where the transform is. So, I mean, it's just the matter of making a transform, figuring out in the world where you want it, which way you want it facing, and its scale, and everything will work as intended. Now, obviously, once you get here, it returns the the object, so you could easily store it for use later down in the quest. That way, you could move its location. You could change something about it. This is really a very powerful node. Obviously, everything else, if you look for narrative, there's a lot of narrative options. If you go to quest, there's also a lot of quest options. So I encourage you to make sure you take a look. There they are. We have just a single quest. So enter state, get branch, which are the blue nodes, get state, and set tracked, and then quests. So you have a bunch of bindings, and then you have the fail quest, get branches. There's a whole bunch here. So I again encourage you to make sure that you take a look at that. So in short, as I was stating, the states here, they are able to have events bound to them, and so are the branches. The last thing I want to make sure that I go over here is if we go into class defaults, let's see here, inheritable states, child quests don't inherit quest graph nodes. However, sometimes you'd like children to inherit some states. For example, your parent quest could have a state in here called ran out of time, and that way any child quest could inherit the ran out of time state instead of having to manually have one added to every quest. So essentially what that means is we come over here, quest state, you choose the left quest area. So when I was doing some testing, you can certainly fail. It could trigger the left quest area, and you could wind up failing. That almost happened to me once. That was really cool to discover that. But you can set up which ones are remembered and passed on to children. So again, this is amazing for your master quest as well. That way, you can create a whole bunch of states that you know will be utilized consistently. That way, you're not having to constantly recreate so many. Just, you know, things to note. So in the next one, we will go over the extensive number of tasks that they have, and the importance and use of each of them. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.